Namaskar friends, welcome back to my channel Lemming Economics. Today I'm going to explain second graph of the book Principles of Economics by Gregory Mankiw. In front of your screen you can see that there's a graph which is called as Production Possibilities Frontier. This is another economic model which is very important for all the economic students to understand. This graph or this model helps us in understanding, in explaining many phenomena in economics. So let us start learning about this. You can see that there are two axes mentioned over here, y-axis and x-axis. On the y-axis, quantity of computers produced are mentioned. On the x-axis, quantity of cars produced are mentioned. Now, production possibility frontiers shows the combinations of output. In this case it is cars and computers that any economy can possibly produce. That means this is the maximum amount of production of computers and cars which can be produced by this economy under the assumption of given technology and resources, right? Now this economy can produce any combination on or inside the frontier. So it can produce any combination of computers and cars, whether it is C, A, B, but it cannot produce D. Why it cannot produce D? Because D is beyond the possibilities of this economy to produce, because it has resources which are limited, it has technology which is given. With that technology and resources, the maximum it can produce is either 3000 units of computers or 1000 units of cars, or the mix of these two. There are 3 points mentioned over here, A, B and C. Point A suggests that if economy is at point A, this economy would be producing 2000 units of computers along with 700 units of cars. If it is at point C, it is producing 2200 units of computers and 600 units of cars. Whereas if it is on B, it will be producing 1000 units of computers and 300 units of cars. Now what is the difference between A, B and C? Any point which is mentioned on this frontier, on this dark blue line, curve, concave curve, bowed out curve, the economy is said to be producing efficiently. So all the points produced over here, whether it is C or A, or maybe only this point where it is producing 3000 units of computers and 0 units of cars, is also called as an efficient point. On the other hand, if it is only producing 1000 units of cars and 0 units of computers, again it is called as an efficient point. So any point on this curve will be efficient. Any combination of the goods produced on this curve will be called as efficient. The inefficient point is B. Why it is inefficient or underutilized point? Because this economy has the capacity to produce more of computers with 300 units of cars, or more of cars with 1000 units of computers, but it's producing less than that. That means this projection B shows unemployment, idle resources, or dead capital. Right. Now, what is point D then? If point A and C are efficient points, and point B is inefficient point or underutilized point, what is point D called as? Now, there may be few of you who would be wondering that if B is underutilized, then D should be called as overutilized. No, point D is not called as overutilized, rather it is called as unachievable point. This economy cannot achieve point D. Why? Because at point D, you can see it has to produce 3000 units of computers and 700 units of cars, which is beyond its capacity. The maximum it can produce is, if it is producing 700 units of cars, it can maximum produce 2000 units of computers, not more than that. That is why this curve is there, bowed out curve, concave curve, which is called as production possibilities frontier. Now, one thing you have to remember is that mostly I have understood understood that students use the term production possibility frontier, whereas it is production possibilities frontier, because there is not only one possibility, rather there are many possibilities with the mix of cars and computers can be produced with the given resources and given technology. Now, how to achieve this point D? There are cases when you can achieve this point D, and for that we need to relax the assumption of given resources and technology. If there is an improvement in technology, if there is an increase in the resources, land, labor and capital, then this economy can produce at point D, where it will be producing more of computers and more of cars. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any other queries, please put it in a chat box. I will definitely respond to it. Thank you. Take care. Bye.